Welcome on in for today's MLB pick video play for August 13th, 2019. And this one talking about this National League East matchup between the New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves. Going to give our lean on where we see the better value on the money line with the home team Atlanta coming in as slight favorites at about minus 125. So looking at the road team here, the Mets, they've actually been one of the better performing teams in the NL over the past month. And now the Mets get a chance to really try to prove themselves going on the road against what has been the best team in their division. It's one thing to rack up wins against teams like the Padres, Pirates, White Sox, and Marlins, but to go into Atlanta and go and grab those wins is a whole other story, and we'll see if New York is up to the task. Now, in their last outing, the Mets actually had their winning streak come to an end as they fell at home to the Washington Nationals by a final of 4-7. And today, the Mets, they are going to be sending out Zach Wheeler, the 29-year-old righty. He was really good in his last outing, effective at limiting the damage. Even though he did give up 8 hits across 8 innings, he gave up 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. On Atlanta's side, they're coming off a week that saw a lot of up and down games, and the Braves, this has just kind of been the story of their season. There are 20 games above 500 right now, and it's because of how dominant their offensive game has been. There have been tons of question marks surrounding both the bullpen and the starting pitching rotation, and that's concerning for Atlanta, especially when they head into the postseason when you're going to be going against opposition that's more than likely going to be very good in the pitching department, which can potentially suppress the strength of what Atlanta has had this year, and that's when the Braves are really going to need to start leaning more on their pitching. You can win a lot of regular season games off the backs of your offensive attack, but that gets a little bit tougher to do when you get into the postseason. The Braves, they were able to hold on in their last outing on the road against the Marlins, winning that one by a final of 5-4. In this past week, 2 road series, first against the Twins, where the Braves picked up 2 wins in 3 tries. Really impressive offensive numbers there. And then they split on the road with the Marlins. Now they're coming back home. They should be happy to get back home after playing 7 straight games this past week on the road. Now, we like Atlanta to come in here and offensively being a big factor behind their home field advantage. And then pitching-wise, they are going to be sending out 25-year-old lefty Max Fried. He was somewhat effective in his last outing. Not the easiest start going on the road against Minnesota, but Fried got a lot of run support. He went 5 1/3 innings against the Twins, a very dangerous offensive Minnesota squad. He gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk to 10 strikeouts. Very impressive strikeout numbers there from Fried. He's going to try to carry over the positive momentum from the strikeouts that he had against the Twins into this one against the Mets. Behind their home field advantage, on top of that, this starting pitching matchup is more of a wash, and then you definitely give the offensive edge to Atlanta. And with all that being the case, we feel like the Braves coming in here as only slight favorites on the money line at minus 125 is going to be the better value bet. Again, guys, siding with Atlanta as the better play. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our picks every day over at stumpthespread.com, and we hope to catch you guys back here for our next video.